Hi, I'm Linda from English Learning Mind Map. Today, we will learn about emotional reconciliation. Emotional reconciliation. To relinquish resentment and foster closure through emotional reconciliation, one must decide to move forward. Basically, we are choosing to stop being angry so we can be happy again. Cognitive reframing. As a core pillar of emotional reconciliation, cognitive reframing allows us to reevaluate intent and dispel bias regarding the past. In simple terms, we are changing how we think about the person who hurt us. Perspective shifting. Perspective shifting is a branch of cognitive reframing used to humanize offenders and broaden horizons of understanding. This means trying to see why they did what they did instead of just seeing them as a monster. Contextual analysis. Through contextual analysis, we learn to weigh factors and see the big picture of the situation. To put it simply, we are looking at all the reasons, like stress or a bad childhood, that made the person act poorly. Narrative revision. Narrative revision serves as a functional layer of cognitive reframing to rewrite history and find meaning in the pain. Essentially, you stop being a victim and start telling a story about how you became strong. Memory re-encoding. Within memory re-encoding, we can dull the sting of a bad event and store peace in its place. In other words, we are training our brain to remember the past without feeling the sharp pain in our chest. Empathetic engagement. Empathetic engagement is a vital branch of emotional reconciliation used to mirror suffering and bridge divides between souls. Simply put, we use our own heart to understand the enemy's heart. Compassionate identification. Compassionate identification is a core part of empathetic engagement where we recognize flaws and offer grace to others. This involves accepting that every human makes mistakes, including the person who hurt you. Universal suffering. Under the umbrella of universal suffering, we learn to feel pain and show mercy to those who are also hurting. To put it simply, we realize that life is hard for everyone, and being kind is better than being angry. Shared vulnerability. Shared vulnerability is a functional layer of empathetic engagement used to lower defenses and admit weakness to each other. In short, two people stop acting tough and start being real about their hurt feelings. Emotional honesty. Through emotional honesty, we can finally speak the truth and clear the air after a long silence. Effectively, we are telling the other person exactly how we feel so the hidden anger finally leaves the room. Interpersonal healing. Interpersonal healing is a critical requirement for emotional reconciliation to mend bonds and settle disputes fairly. Effectively, this is the work of two people coming back together to be friends or family again. Restorative dialogue. Restorative dialogue is a strategy within interpersonal healing used to voice needs and reach compromise for the future. This involves having a deep, calm talk about how to live together without fighting. Active listening. By practicing active listening, we learn to hear words and pay attention to what the other person is really saying. To put it simply, we are giving our full focus to the speaker so they feel respected and heard. Trust reconstitution. Trust reconstitution is a technical application of interpersonal healing used to rebuild faith and prove change through daily acts. In simple terms, we are showing the other person that we can be good again. Incremental reliability. To achieve incremental reliability, one must keep promises and stay true to their word every single day. This means being honest about small things so that the big trust can eventually come back. Moral transcendence. Moral transcendence is a fundamental goal of emotional reconciliation to rise above the hurt and let go of the past. Basically, you are becoming a bigger person who is no longer controlled by an old injury. Unconditional forgiveness. Unconditional forgiveness is a core part of moral transcendence where you grant pardon and waive debt without being asked. This means you forgive them even if they never said, "I am sorry." Radical acceptance. Under the umbrella of radical acceptance, we learn to face reality and stop fighting against the facts of what happened. In other words, we accept the past exactly as it was so we can finally stop being angry about it. Spiritual liberation. Spiritual liberation is a practical goal of moral transcendence used to break chains and find freedom from the weight of hate. Essentially, you feel like you can finally breathe again because you aren't carrying a heavy heart. Inner peace. Through inner peace, you can finally calm down and feel light as the ghost of the past disappears. To put it simply, your mind becomes quiet and you feel happy and free in your new life. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more English lessons.